What's good, YouTube? I just wanted to make this video because I was looking at this today on CNBC. This seems like every single month, constantly I'm seeing this. We all see this about the debt of credit cards in this country, currently at $121 trillion. Again, I feel like I've heard this so many times, like constantly they're saying it's the highest all-time high debt and all this. So I wanted to just make this video and talk about, kind of concisely the whole idea of credit card debt and how not to get credit card debt, because I do have 12 or 13, I don't know, I have like, basically that's how much credit cards I have. I don't even know how much I have. I have like 11, 12, 13, something like that. But I have that much credit cards and I've never held debt. I never have, dealt with the interest and stuff. And it's crazy because when you have as much money, when you have as many credit cards as I have, you always get the question when somebody learns about it, like, oh, how much debt do you have? Debt. Because that's what most people associate credit cards with. And I wanted to make this video to kind of talk about how crazy that is, how I didn't have to deal with this, how you can not deal with it, and the whole strategy, and how people like me, people in the credit card space, just flat out play the banks like a fiddle. And the thing people don't understand is that people are able to play the banks like fiddles because the banks don't care. The banks are, as you see here, trillions and trillions of dollars in debt. People are paying them constantly all this money. They have a bunch of people in debt, so they don't care if, some people like me play them for hundreds and thousands of dollars, all the time, because they're making way more profit. So my number one principle when it comes to credit cards is do not use your credit card like it's a debit card. This is the number one mistake, and really damn near the sole mistake that people have with credit cards that messes them up. Using a credit card like it's a debit card. There's no reason you should be, if you have, for example, $1,000 in your checking, using $1,300 on a credit card. Obviously, I guess it's hard for some people, but that shouldn't be even in the question. Damn near even for emergencies. That should be fifth layer emergency. You should, like, fifth layer resort. You should go to one of your credit cards. It shouldn't even be a backup or an emergency, because things like this happen. And again, that money is literally not your money. When people, that's why I don't even care about things like my limits. I don't even know what my credit limits are total and all that. It's probably some big number, but it doesn't matter because that money is not my number. Even if I have the same amount of money or more than what my limits are combined, that credit card money is not my money. It literally does not matter. Doesn't matter at all. It's not my money at all. So people have to get out that mindset. But again, I've seen people who, they say, oh, I got a $10,000 limit on this card. I just got approved for this card, or I just called and got my limit raised on this card. Now I have a $20,000 limit, whatever. And it's like, again, you can kind of tell the mentality of these people, that, which explains how, again, a trillion, 1.2 actually. We're low key on the way to, another trillion, dollars in debt, because people think like this. It doesn't matter. You could have a $500,000 credit limit. It has nothing to do with how much money you have. So that's the number one thing. And damn near, like, again, the sole thing people have to forget is that this money is your money. Your credit card limit is your money, because it's not. Now, in terms of playing the banks, the way you do that comes easy and naturally once you stop looking at it like that. Because once you do that, you can get any credit card, $500 annual fee, all these annual fees that people are so afraid of and people see it and they run. Now you can start to get those credit cards, and it's going to be really easy to not have the banks play you and for you to be able to play the banks, because now, okay, $500 annual fee. First of all, as we know, in this space, you're going to get outsized value, in particular from the big banks, the majors, Venture X, Reserve, etc. You're going to get outsized value in that first year from the intro bonus. And then plus the benefits of the credit card, you're going to be making money from this card. And then again, because you're not using it like a debit card, you're not in debt. You're not paying this bank, money that's not theirs, and you're making money. So that's the short of it. Again, this is not a credit card strategy video. I have other videos on that go through, your strategies at the start, different types of things like that. But this is just that simple, super simple explanation. People should not be getting into debt for credit cards. It should never be used as a debit card or like it's the person's money. That is a mentality that needs to end, or else this is going to keep, raising to many, many, many trillions. Second part, which is how to play these banks, you have to just do number one. So that is kind of my thoughts on this. Seeing the credit card debt reaching 1.2 trillion. Just look at this graph, man. Insane. You see with COVID, it actually went down and then spiked up like crazy once Biden got into office. But now Trump's in the office. It went down a little bit Q1 and then went right back up. Like I said, the principles in this video that I just told you, that's the thing. Stop using it as a debit card. Everything will change after that. And if you do that, you can get whatever credit card you want, particularly the good ones, obviously, right? You can do that and you'll be able to make money off the banks instead of the other way around. I will see you guys in the next one.